He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist.
This years-old clip has sprung up and found relevancy once again for the woke keyboard warriors who have turned Twitter into a chaotic battleground. This chaos erupted right after Robert De Niro's account got deleted following his anti-Trump statements. Or at least, that's what it looks like. Now, this action has once again brought the two sides against each other to argue on the rights of freedom of speech, with woke people having a meltdown on social media over this violation. The actual reason behind the deactivation is still unknown, and the common guess is that it is because of the veteran actor's stern stance against the Trump regime. Moreover, Elon Musk's official endorsement of Donald Trump for President of the United States on July 13, 2024, shortly after a hit attempt on him, has already been a hard pill to swallow for many. The woke people believe X to have become a biased platform. Perhaps De Niro's suspended account was an authentication of their suspicions. Now, we all know that Robert De Niro is one of the greatest actors to have ever graced Hollywood. Having dozens of successful and popular movies under his belt, De Niro is a vintage icon who is still beloved and followed by millions of fans around the globe. However, his successful acting career is not the only factor keeping him in the headlines even to this date, but his political affiliation with the Democratic Party and staunch oppression against Donald Trump. Although the dispute between the Democrats and Republicans is a long parchment of political history, De Niro makes it look like he has some personal enmity with Donald J. Trump. That is why we have seen De Niro bashing Trump on multiple occasions.
It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face.
Well, De Niro surely knows his way around acting, but he should be better off understanding how things work in the political sphere. In the end, one's constant efforts to disrespect someone on a personal basis can reduce your respect to nothingness. Not to mention, the level of support he is getting from the fans is perhaps just because of the opportunity. Many anti-Trump elements have found to bash Elon, Trump, and his supporters. Pretty much expected from the De Niro followers to share this and call more of half the population stupid. You can witness this from the content of the tweets, along with the fact that people still continue to bash Elon and Trump, even after some of the channels pointed out that the news was fake, as the actor had no Twitter account to begin with. Well, whatever the case might be, the end result of this suspension has been chaotic, as De Niro's followers, fans, and anti-Trump elements have caused a meltdown on Twitter. While posting their concerns on the platform, they have been hoping to convey their protest to the authorities about the unlawful action taken against De Niro. They also expressed their trouble understanding Elon's demeaning behavior in pulling off a stunt like this, which is contradictory to his views of freedom of speech. Well, Elon Musk himself once posted a tweet on using freedom of speech on Twitter, saying that all users were free to voice their opinions on the platform within ethical boundaries, and the woke people calling out Elon for his hypocrisy seem to have forgotten the part where he specified lawful free speech. Not to mention, the company did not discriminate when they permanently suspended Donald J. Trump himself due to the risk of further incitement of violence. Moreover, isn't it ironic that you openly bash a person on his contradictory beliefs on a platform that is owned by him and call him names without getting banned or suspended? Yet, people cannot stop complaining about the violation of free speech rights. It certainly seems like these arguments have not been coming from a rational place, but an emotional one, similar to De Niro's arguments against Trump, which are straightforward and blunt. Now we all know that De Niro has openly cursed Donald Trump multiple times. During a political campaign ad shooting for the Democratic candidates Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, De Niro blatantly called Trump a clown who could pose a danger to America if he was not taken seriously. De Niro also called out Trump for the January 6 incidents, in which the White House was attacked by an angry mob, causing serious property damage.
When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators.
The views of Robert De Niro have always been this harsh about Trump. He always refers to Trump as an outsider who came here to take control of the United States. He also thinks that Americans will always remain under terror and danger from Trump and his sudden attacks on democratic policies, as he once did before on January 6. He openly opposes Trump and has humiliated him on several occasions, including the famous introduction that he dropped at the Tony Awards.
Gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
I'm going to say one thing. Fuck Trump.
Back in May, when Donald Trump stood on trial before the court for his political future to be decided, De Niro was actively working and preaching the Democrats' campaign. He also had an encounter with a Trump supporter who heckled the Democrats and said that they were not there for the people.
They didn't have to. And there were other ones in there who probably were in with them a little bit too, and they found a way to get around. Not these guys. They stood there and fought for us, for you.
Rather, they were here for their own good, which turned into a face-to-face debate. While De Niro's words make him seem really compassionate and patriotic, there is still a person who always opposes him and makes him even more miserable, and that is Elon Musk, who has often reminded him of the facts by calling him out. Remember when Robert De Niro labeled Trump as a modern-day Hitler, while going as far as drawing comparisons between Nazi Germany and modern-day America? Well, he really took it too far, because Trump surely has a lot of negative and controversial traits, but he is nowhere near the cruel dictator who actually raised hell in Eastern Europe nearly a century ago. So this senseless comparison had to be called out, and Elon Musk, despite not being a fan of Trump back then, called out the insane comparison between the two personalities. Well, Trump was actually already president for 4 years, and his policies bore no resemblance to those of Hitler, so this makes no sense. In fact, with the Abraham Accords, he made some progress towards peace in the Middle East, which was definitely not high on Hitler's agenda. Well, perhaps this kind of unreasonability is what makes Elon Musk resent a bunch of Hollywood celebrities who use their influence to provoke the public around them and take them to the other side of the contest. Well, that resentment works both ways, as many artists and TV personalities opted to leave the platform when Elon Musk decided to buy it to protect freedom of speech. Elon Musk also bashed De Niro directly when he claimed that Donald Trump would come looking for him if he won the 2024 elections, which was an equally bigger claim. Elon threw a jab at De Niro, wondering how did he even survive the first presidential term with this much paranoia, not to mention Trump completely ignored him. Remember when De Niro clashed with Trump supporters outside the New York courthouse?
We're trying to be gentlemen in this world, the Democrats. You are gangsters. You are gangsters. Fuck you.
Elon Musk also called him out after that, stating that De Niro is out of touch with the people. Well, he sure loves to leave no opportunity to criticize Robert for his extreme statements about Trump. On the other hand, the support for Robert De Niro doesn't seem to die out anytime soon, as there have been millions of tweets globally sharing their thoughts on the abusive use of power and control to suppress the voice against unwanted circumstances and oppressive people like Trump. Amidst the fiasco that was created regarding De Niro's account suspension, reports have been pouring in that the Hollywood actor has decided to leave America because he thinks that he has no respect here, putting all his fans and the Democratic supporters in a state of shock. The recent drama surrounding the account suspension of Robert De Niro aggravated a lot of fans who thought that. However, there is a high chance that this was not an official account of Robert De Niro, as his publicist has confirmed before. Nevertheless, the rift between the actor and the billionaire makes it seem like he will get banned from Twitter the second he becomes active.